Now that we're pretty much finished with all the dry stacking of the giant rocks for the bottom layer, it's time to bust out the mortar. We're putting the bucket back on the Temu skid steer to use it as basically a portable wheelbarrow, which is, pretty much all it's capable of anyway. We're going to mix the mortar in the bucket of it, and then we can bring it to wherever we need it for stacking rocks. It seems rather appropriate to use mortar and rocks as our main construction materials for this cabin, not only because it's inherently durable, but because people have been using mortar and stone to build things for over 8,000 years. Despite the fact that mortar is one of the oldest building materials and is still extremely commonly used today, I've actually done very little mortar work in my years of construction.
Just try and, fill this in with rocks instead of just an entire bag of mortar for one little gap.
Mix up some mortar, put it between some rocks, stack it all together, make it look good. Aside from the fact that we happen to have an infinite supply of rocks, the other reason that we're not doing a traditional cement foundation or walls is because despite cement inherently being very durable, when you put rebar in concrete, it reduces its lifespan to roughly 100 years, give or take. Because the steel of the rebar rusts, and when the metal rusts, it expands and cracks the concrete, ruining your foundation. So if I want this cabin to last for 1,000 years or more, we can't have any steel in the foundation.
This stuff always feels to me like it's just not going to do anything, This stuff always feels like it's just going to crumble and fall apart when it dries. We can just shimmy it around until it fits, but if it'll fit that way. I'm just like, plopping rocks into the ground. And then I was like, well, a normal foundation, at the end of the day, you have to set it on the ground sooner or later. It's just the only difference is this is starting as a bunch of separate pieces instead of a liquid. Yeah, I'm quite happy with these first couple of rocks and the placement. So now I'm just trying to find just the right wedge-shaped rock to fit here. And then we can mix up some more mortar and mortar these together.
Just mortar straight into the bedrock?
Yep.
This is gonna be tough, dude.
That's the plan. I mean, I don't know much about stone masonry, but I know that this granite, according to the Google, is 80 million years old. So if we build it right, it could last a while.